You have been told a lie about money. It is a lie whispered in coffee shops. It is celebrated in articles about extreme couponing. It is the foundation of almost every piece of sensible financial advice. The lie is that saving your way to wealth is smart. That pinching every penny will make you rich. That agonizing over every dollar is the path to freedom. But what if this so-called safe strategy is the very thing keeping you stuck? What if the path you believe leads to security is actually a cage? A cage designed to keep your financial life small. The wealthiest people do not get rich by hoarding cash. They get there because they operate on a core psychological principle. A principle the middle class simply does not understand. It is a fundamental shift in belief. This shift separates the anxious saver from the confident wealth builder. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on that truth. We will dismantle the 4 pillars of the stuck mindset. We will replace them with the wealth-building beliefs of the rich. This one shift in your thinking could change your financial life forever. You will walk away with actionable tips. Tips to start changing your financial future today. This is not just theory, it is practical. The central thesis. The real difference between the rich and everyone else is not some secret stock tip or a complicated tax loophole. It is much deeper than that, representing a psychological operating system guiding every financial decision they make. Most people are running on a scarcity mindset, believing that resources like money, opportunities, and time are inherently limited. This creates a worldview where you must constantly fight for your tiny piece of a finite pie, making life a defensive game where the main goal is simply not to lose. This mindset naturally leads to fear, anxiety, and that nagging feeling that you will just never have enough money or opportunities. The rich, on the other hand, operate from an abundance mindset, believing that value can be created and opportunities are everywhere. They know that the financial pie can always get bigger, empowering them to focus on growth, innovation, and expansion. They are not trying to get the biggest slice. Instead, they are figuring out how to bake more pies for everyone. Their primary goal is to win, and this mindset breeds creativity, resilience, and a laser focus on what is truly possible. The saver's trap versus the earner's game. The first pillar of the broke mindset is an overwhelming obsession with saving every single penny. The scarcity voice in your head constantly whispers, "A penny saved is a penny earned," encouraging you to spend hours looking for a 10% off coupon. You might even drive across town just to save a few cents on gas, getting a small rush from saving $5 on a coffee, feeling like you have won something significant. However, here is the harsh reality. Saving is fundamentally a survival tactic, not a genuine wealth strategy. Let us be absolutely clear. Having a solid foundation of savings is essential for your financial security and peace of mind. But you simply cannot save your way to becoming a millionaire. It is a game with inherently limited returns. The rich understand this crucial distinction. They know that while being responsible with money is important, their time and mental energy are their most precious and finite assets. So, where does the abundance mindset truly focus its energy? It is not on saving, but intensely on earning. Instead of asking, "How can I save $10?" they consistently ask, "How can I earn an extra $500?" They do not see money as something to be guarded or hoarded. Instead, they view it as a powerful tool to be put to work for them. The ultimate goal is not just to make money, but to have that money actively start making more money on its own. While the saver spends an hour to save $10, the earner spends that same hour learning a valuable skill, building an efficient system, or making a strategic connection that could pay them back 100 times over. This is precisely why you are still broke. Your valuable energy is focused on the wrong side of the financial equation. You are pouring your most valuable resource, your focus, into a low-leverage activity that offers minimal returns. Saving is merely the starting line, not the ultimate finish line of wealth creation. The rich are operating on a completely different field, playing offense and relentlessly focused on expanding their income so that saving becomes a natural result of their growing wealth, not a desperate path to achieving it. This is a core aspect of how rich people think about money. The time for money prison versus the power of leverage. This leads us directly to the second critical pillar of the broke mindset, the belief that to make more money, you absolutely have to work more hours. This is the classic employee mindset, or even the freelancer mindset, where your income is a direct trade. 1 hour of your precious life for a set amount of cash. The fundamental problem with this approach is that there are only 24 hours in any given day, placing a hard, physical cap on how much you can ever truly earn. You are the sole engine of your financial life, and if you stop working, the money immediately stops coming in, creating a relentless trap. The rich have successfully escaped this limiting trap. They do not think about directly trading their time for money. Instead, they think in terms of leverage. Leverage is simply the strategic process of getting more done with less effort by effectively multiplying your output. How do they achieve this? They skillfully use a few key forms of leverage to their advantage. They utilize other people's money, for example, by securing a loan to purchase a rental property that consistently generates monthly cash flow. They also employ other people's time by hiring a dedicated team to efficiently run their businesses and execute their grand vision. Crucially, they build scalable systems and technology, like an online course, a piece of software, or even a thriving YouTube channel that can work tirelessly for them and generate income 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even while they are sleeping soundly. The core question for the wealthy is never, how much can I charge for my time? Instead, it is always, how can I strategically use my money to buy back my time? They see time as the only truly finite resource available and intelligently use money to create more freedom and flexibility in their lives. This is why you are still broke. You are trading your most precious, non-renewable asset, your time, for a mere paycheck. Now, before we jump to the next crucial point, I want you to answer something honestly for yourself. What is the one calculated risk you are actively avoiding right now? The one that feels incredibly scary, but you know deep down could fundamentally change everything for you? Drop it in the comments below. Acknowledging it might just be the very first step you need to take towards progress. So please keep watching. The fear of losing versus the hunger for opportunity. The third pillar of the broke mindset is a paralyzing fear of financial loss, which often keeps people from taking necessary steps. The scarcity mindset is constantly screaming, investing is just gambling. You could lose it all! It is much safer to simply keep the money in the bank. This limiting view filters every potential opportunity through a lens of pure downside risk. The fear of losing a mere $100 becomes so powerful that it completely blinds you to the much larger potential of gaining $1,000 or more. This pervasive fear keeps many people financially frozen, unable to move forward. Their hard-earned money sits idly in standard savings accounts, slowly getting eaten alive by the silent thief of inflation. While some high-yield accounts might offer a slight advantage, they rarely outpace inflation over the long haul, meaning the strategy they believe is safe is actually a guaranteed way to lose purchasing power over time. The rich, however, see financial risk in a totally different light, embracing a more nuanced perspective. The abundance mindset understands that the biggest risk in finance is actually taking no risk at all. They do not avoid risk entirely. Instead, they diligently learn to manage it effectively. They educate themselves thoroughly, they diversify their investments wisely, and they consistently take calculated risks that align with their goals. They know that failure is not the opposite of success. In fact, it is often a crucial stepping stone on the way to achieving it. When someone with a scarcity mindset sees the stock market dip, their immediate reaction is to panic and sell their investments at a loss. Conversely, someone with an abundance mindset sees that exact same dip and immediately recognizes a potential buying opportunity, demonstrating a completely different psychological response to the same event. This is why you are still broke. Your overwhelming fear of losing is paradoxically causing you to lose real financial ground. You are so busy protecting the little you have that you are actively preventing it from ever growing into something much more substantial. Wealth is not built by avoiding every single risk. It is built by understanding, managing, and taking smart, informed ones. Fortune truly favors the bold, and in the world of finance, playing it safe is often the riskiest move you can make. This is a fundamental aspect of how rich people think differently about money. The consumer cycle versus the ownership blueprint. This brings us to the fourth and final pillar of the broke mindset, the deep-seated and often unconscious drive to consume. People with a scarcity mindset are frequently stuck in a relentless consumer loop, where a paycheck comes in, and their very first thought is, what can I buy with this money? They consistently spend their money on liabilities, which are things that actively take money out of their pockets, such as new cars, trendy clothes, and the latest smartphone models. Often, their subconscious goal is simply to look rich by conspicuously showing off the superficial symbols of wealth. They see a nice car and immediately think about the burdensome monthly payment associated with it. The rich, however, operate from a completely different and more strategic blueprint, the blueprint of ownership. When they acquire money, their very first thought is, what valuable asset can I buy with this? An asset, by definition, is something that consistently puts money into your pocket, like a piece of real estate that generates steady rental income, stocks that pay regular dividends, or a share in a profitable business that generates consistent earnings. Their ultimate goal is to actually be rich, not merely to look the part for others. The consumer looks at a luxurious Porsche and sees it as a status symbol to lease, incurring ongoing payments. The owner, on the other hand, looks at a Porsche and immediately thinks, how could I strategically buy the entire dealership? One mindset inevitably leads to a life of endless payments and financial obligations, while the other mindset consistently leads to a life of increasing profits and financial freedom. This is precisely why you are still broke. You are inadvertently financing the valuable assets of the rich. Your car payment, for example, is a valuable asset on the bank's balance sheet, generating income for them. Your monthly rent payment is a consistent asset for your landlord, providing them with passive income. Your spending on that new phone is a direct asset for Apple's shareholders, increasing their wealth. The consumer mindset keeps you firmly on the hamster wheel, working hard just to fund everyone else's growing wealth. The only sustainable way off this wheel is to stop thinking like a consumer and consciously start thinking like a strategic owner. This is a profound difference in how rich people think differently about money. So, here is the bottom line, the ultimate takeaway from our discussion today. The fundamental reason you feel financially stuck is not because you are not trying hard enough or lacking effort. It is because you have been unknowingly playing the wrong financial game, using a rulebook that was inherently designed to make you lose. You have been consistently told to play defense and meticulously save pennies, while the rich are actively playing offense and relentlessly focusing on earning. You have been conditioned to trade your valuable time for money, while the rich are strategically building powerful systems of leverage that work for them. You have been told to be terrified of taking any financial risk, while the rich are intelligently managing it to uncover and seize new opportunities. And you have been conditioned to remain a consumer, while the rich are obsessively focused on becoming strategic owners of valuable assets. If this video genuinely opened your eyes to some of the financial lies you have been told, then please do two important things for me right now. First, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because my unwavering mission here is to consistently give you the mindset and the practical strategies to build real, lasting wealth. Second, your very next crucial step is to immediately start building your own ownership blueprint. To help you with that, I want you to watch this video right here, which is specifically on the 5 assets that create passive income. It is the perfect next step, designed to turn what you learn today into your tangible wealth tomorrow. Choose to think differently. Choose to own your future. Thanks for watching.